In this video, we're going to learn about multiplying whole numbers. When we're multiplying, there's lots of different symbols that can mean multiplication. Traditionally, most of you have seen an X, and an X means multiply. But as we move further up in math, we tend to move away from using the X to mean multiply because it becomes a variable, something that will be talked about in later videos. So we tend to use either a dot or an asterisk, and sometimes even parentheses next to parentheses with numbers in them. So like 4 parentheses 8 would mean 4 times 8. So these are just other ways that we will see multiplication or multiplication notation. So in this lesson, we're going to practice multiplying larger numbers, so not just 1 and 2 digit numbers together, but things like 2 and 4 or 3 and 4 digit numbers together. So the most important thing when multiplying larger numbers is that we make sure we align everything correctly. So let's look at example number 1 so I can be writing out and showing you what I mean as I'm talking about it. Another important thing is it's usually easier to put the number with the most digits on the top and the smaller number on the bottom. So if I do that, this says 3,479, and I'm going to multiply that by 63. Again, just like with adding and subtracting, it's best if we just line up the digits, and you can either use the dot or the X right there to mean multiplication. So now we're going to multiply. So we just do that it's 3 times 9 is 27. So it's a 7 and we carry the 2. And then 3 times 7 is 21. And then 21, we have to add the 2 to that because we carried it. It was 2 more in that place value. So 7 plus 3 is 21 plus 2 is 23. So then we will carry a 2 also. Then it's 3 times 4, which is 12, and 12 plus 2 is 14, carrying the 1. And then 3 times 3 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10. So we are now done multiplying the 3. So we can cross him out. And now on our second line, we need to put a 0 because we need a placeholder for how many numbers we have crossed off. And we've only crossed off 1, so we just need 1 placeholder. So either a 0 or an X. X is something we used to use, you might have seen before. Now we tend to use a 0 to represent that it's 60 multiplying. So we start out with not in the ones place, but in the tens place. We also want to cross off any of the digits that we carried from the last one. Either cross them off or erase them. Okay, so now let's do 6 times 9. So 6 times 9 is 54. So 4 carry the 5. 6 times 7, 42. 42 plus the 5 is 47. 6 times 4, 24. 24 plus the 4 is 28. Carry the 2. 6 times 3, 18. 18 plus the 2 is 20. So now our next step is just to add up those digits, those columns. So 7 plus 0 is 7. 3 plus 4 is 7. 4 plus 7 is 11. 8 plus 1, 9. 1 plus 0, 1. 2 doesn't have anything to add to it. So it is 219,177 is our answer. I would like you to pause the video and do practice number 1 on your own. Okay, let's see how we did. So put the larger number on top, so 5,832. I'm going to multiply that by 71. So 1 times 2, 2. 1 times 3, 3. 1 times 8, 8. 1 times 5, 5. Done with the 1, so put a placeholder there. 7 times 2, 14. 7 times 3 plus 1 is 21 plus 1 is 22. 7 times 8, 56. 56 plus 2 is 58. And 7 times 5, 35. 35 plus 5 is 40. and add up those digits now. 2 plus 0, 2, 3 plus 4, 7, 10, 8 plus 2 is 10, carry the 1, 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 1, 14, 1 and a 4. So the answer you should have gotten was 414,072. Okay, let's look at example number 2. Example number 2 is no different. There's just some zeros in it, so we have to watch out for what those mean. And it's just a little bit longer. Neither one of our numbers has more digits, so we can just, it doesn't matter which order we put them in. So let's just do the 4,035 times the 9,704. Okay, so we get 4 times 5 is 20, carry my 2. 4 times 3, 12, 12 plus 2 is 14. 4 times 0 is 0, and 0 plus 1 is 1. 4 times 4 is 16. So we're done with this 4, so we need one placeholder. Erase or cross off the digits that we used on the last one for carrying, and now this one we have 0. Well, 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 3 is 0, 0 times 0, and 0 times 4. It is important to remember to put that 0 line in there so that we aren't misaligned in how many digits over that we are. So now we cross off the 0, and we have 2 crossed off, so on this line we need 2 placeholders, so 2 zeros to start. And now we can multiply. So 7 times 5 is 35, carry the 3. 7 times 3, 21, 21 and 3 is 24. 7 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 2 is 2. 7 times 4 is 28. Done with the 7, so now we have 1, 2, 3 placeholders. So 1, 2, 3 placeholders. Again, just erase the values we carried. And now 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 3, 27. 27 plus 4 is 31. 0 plus 3 is 3. And 9 times 4 is 36. And then remember, our last step is just to add up our columns. So zeros makes a 0. 4. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 1 plus 1, 2. Plus 2, 4. Plus 1 is 5. 8 plus 3, 11. 6 plus 2 plus 1 is 9. And the 3. So our answer was 39,155,640. Again, I'd like you to pause the video and try practice 2 on your own. Okay, let's see how you did. So we have 6,200 times 3,051. So 1 times 0, 0, 1 times 0, 0, 1 times 2, 2, 1 times 6, 6. Cross it off, placeholder. So 5 times 0, 0, 5 times 0, 0. 5 times 2 is 10, so 0, carry the 1. 5 times 6, 30, plus the 1 gives me 31. 2 placeholders this time. Get rid of my carried values and zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. Now I have 3 placeholders, and 3 times 0, 3 times 0, 3 times 2, 3 times 6. Add, so 0, 0, 2, 6, 1, 9, 8, 1. So we had 18,916,200 for our total. Okay, so let's try example number 3. Example number 3 is a word problem or a story problem. So again, we'll need to pick out important information before we can start this problem. It says, you work at Burger Barn making $12 per hour and worked 52 hours last week. How much money did you make last week? Well, to figure out how much money we make, we multiply how much money we make an hour times the number of hours we worked will give us a total. So 12 times 52 will give us the total we made. So let's line them up, 12 and 52. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Placeholder. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Add, so 4, 2, 6. So we would have made $624. Please pause the video and do practice 3 on your own. Okay, let's see how we did. This one says you work for a computer company making $38 an hour, and last month you worked 187 hours. How much money did you make last month? So just like the previous problem, we need to multiply our dollars we make an hour times the number of hours we worked. So let's put the larger number on top and the smaller one, and then 8 times 7, 56. 8 times 8, 64. 64 and 5 makes 69. 8 times 1, 8 plus 6 makes 14. Cross that off, placeholder, erase so we don't add the wrong amounts. 3 times 7 is 21, carry the 2. 3 times 8 is 24. 24 plus 2 is 26. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, 5. So we get 6, 10, 11, 5, 6, 7. So we would have made $7,106 last month. This completes your examples for multiplying whole numbers. If you would like additional practice, please see the video for additional practice on multiplying whole numbers, part 2 of 2.